You don't settle one. Hello there, and Happy New Year, peoples of Earth, Jupiter, Mars, and sometimes Venus, Uranus. Whoa, that smile was. So, another new year is upon us, and an old year is ending, and that was. I meant to. So, as I often like to do, I like to kind of talk to you folks about upcoming projects in the new year. Okay, so obviously the old standards are still staying. Birth month in February, stuff I grew up with. Last year I did Nickelodeon month. This year I'm just doing stuff I grew up with. I am tinkering with changing the format, but I will elaborate more once I, have confirmed it to myself. I've decided I'm going to do it in a certain way, and once I'm ready to figure out the schedule and how everything's going, and I'll do a preview video, for that. And of course, way later in the year, Halloween Horror Month, and December, tentatively December will be, Disney sequels, but it's tentative. I want to do that. That's what I want to focus on, so we shall see. But a lot of things changed. I didn't really have a plan last year, so I'm trying to pre-plan, set things up so I don't screw things up. And Halloween Horror Month, more horror movies, of course. But, yeah. And new year means new shows. And so 2 new series that will be around on the channel. They're not going to be weekly. I'm not going back to the weekly stuff. I can't do that unless I'm doing like a summer special, like I did last year when I was doing Stephen King Saturday Night and the Tubi Tuesdays. Don't know. I want to bring back Tubi Tuesday. I want that to be maybe like a summer thing. Tubi Tuesdays, like a summer season of that, maybe. But I just can't, I want more freedom on my channel, so I can't just dedicate one day all the time. But maybe during the summer months, I'll do Tubi Tuesday again. We shall see. But for now, it's tentative. But the 2 new series I am doing, first of all, is Take Me to the Pilot, or Take Me to the Pilot, which is, I don't say it in the first video, but I got the name from the Elton John song of the same name. And what it will be is reviews of pilot episodes. Not just regular pilot episodes, but like unaired pilots, backdoor pilots, stuff like that. The first episode of which will be on the channel January 3rd. That's a Wednesday. And will be on the Full House unaired pilot. I watched the unaired pilot and the actual pilot, and I compared things, how it worked. No, I think overall it was a pretty good episode that I did. Not to toot my own horn or anything. But yeah, that's what that show is going to be. Like I say, it'll be every once in a while, just like a retro rewind, which will also be coming back. I don't know when. I don't have any pre-recorded stuff for that yet. I could pre-record one after this. I don't know. But, and then another show, which will premiere that Friday, January 5th, will be From the Vault. So you know how I do Retro Rewind, right? Retro Rewind is shows from the 90s and early 2000s. Well, I decided to do a show based on stuff I watched as a young adult. So I am saying from 2007 to, I will say 2015. That's around the cutoff time. Give it a good, few years there. Stuff I grew up with as a young adult, so I watched then. There will be a lot of kids-related stuff because I did watch Nickelodeon and Disney XD. I still every once in a while will watch. With my son, I could technically cover the pilot episode of Henry Danger if I wanted, because that came out in 2014. That was around the time my son started getting into stuff, and having watched some of the newer stuff with my son and going back and watching the very first episode will be very interesting. I don't know. That's not a guarantee. But the first episode I did was on an episode of I'm in a Band was a Disney XD sitcom about a rock band who moves into a suburban house with this teenager who wants to be the lead guitarist. I did an episode of that. I talked about an episode. I'm gonna Pun Stuff is the name of the episode, and that'll be on that Friday, the 5th of January. Those are the two things I have scheduled. I didn't write it down. Starting January 1st and going weekly, every Monday, one last MyGM returns, but under a new name. It is WWE 2K23 MyGM Ruthless Aggression. Now, I only have the first season planned out, and I have it just on that Mondays. So the first 5 episodes, the 1st through the 29th, I think it is, for the first month. I don't know how I might have to just like try to, because in March might just be MyGM month, MyGM March. Yes. So there is not going to be there's not going to be a March of the Living Dead this year. I know everyone's crying. I know what's getting what. Well, you see, if I'm going to cover something, it would probably be the Resident Evil movies, which I could do, but I just don't know if I want to do that. Plus, to always have it be at March is a little disadvantage to me because I do December, then I got to break a month, then I got to do boom, boom, 2 months back to back. It's a little much. You know, I'm trying to reduce the amount of overexhaustion because, to be honest, by the time I got, I did December and got that done relatively quick, but then I decided I had to keep going and I did a Smallville and stuff and tried to catch up with the movies from this year, 2023, that I had missed. And by the way, I still have some to do, but because I got overexhausted, I wanted to calm down and just, let things, simmer. But, cool down, I guess. So I didn't, finish those, but that's fine. Then we're going to be in my top 10 anyway. But, yeah, just, I want to stretch things out. However, tentatively planned, and I'm hoping I can get this to actually be a thing. June, I would like to be Juniversal Horror Month. It would probably only be this year because of what I want to do, which would also change the To Be Tuesday from June, July, and August to July, August, September for the 3 months because I'm going to focus June on Juniversal Horror Month. And yes, I did sort of take it from Dr. Wolfula, but, I couldn't think of anything else to call it. Or I think his is Juniversal Monster Month, Juniversal Horror Month. It is tentative because I was going to buy a whole bunch this time I got paid, but something else has come up that I want to finally check off the list. I'm not gonna say what it is because if I say it out loud, I might jinx it and not do it. As of right now, I really want to push to do this, to get this, so I can move forward to the next generation. But anyway, yeah. I'll also be Sky TV, the Nickelodeon review series. The Sky TV, going through the shows that I grew up with and in a certain universe. I don't know. I want to. I still want to. But after watching Quentin Review's video on Sam and Cat, his latest one, watching anything around iCarly, Victorious, or Sam and Cat might be a little bit difficult for me. So we shall see. But I really want to get on to that Nickelodeon retrospective thing for... Maybe I might even change it up. Maybe I might just do, it'll be a 5-part Nickelodeon thing on 5 different Nickelodeon shows I grew up with. So you could do all that. Kid and Kel, The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Maybe throw Rugrats in there. Maybe I'll change it up so it's not, I don't know. But I'll think of something. I gotta finish other review series that I've yet to finish, like Children of the Corn movies, which are not the best to get through. I've done the first 3, and I still need to do the rest of them. There was a new Children of the Corn movie that came out this year, 2023. Yeah, I haven't watched it because I'm waiting to go through these. But, Star Trek, which I still have to continue. I've done all the original series movies, and now I gotta do the Next Generation, and then I gotta do the J.J. Abrams ones. Karate Kid and Mad Max are the only 2 holdovers that I was supposed to get done this past year that I wasn't able to get done, obviously. And the ones that I can push forward into the new year. Don't know necessarily if they will get done, because with Karate Kid comes Cobra Kai, but also there's a new Karate Kid movie, probably not this year, but they're doing a Mad Max prequel, that an unnecessary Mad Max prequel that I was okay with it when I thought it was a spin-off, and then the trailer came out and I went, wait, where's Charlize Theron? What? And then I realized, oh, this is a prequel, and now I don't care. If it was more of Charlize Theron kicking butt like in Mad Max Fury Road, yes. Do we need a prequel exploring her past? No, we do not. And I don't get the point of, hey, this character is very popular, so let's completely recast the role with someone else and do a prequel showing how she came to be. Couldn't we, and I heard about Anya Taylor-Joy being cast, but I thought it was implied to be a spin-off where we flash back to her past. And so there's going to be 2 different versions. No, it's just a prequel, and now I don't care. You know me and prequels, they're unnecessary. They just show us more stuff that, fine, but we'll know one of 2 things, okay? We'll know she ends up running around trying to save gas. We know that if Immortan Joe's in the movie, he's not dying. And we know, like, any new character introduced that's not in any future films will also die. So, what's the point? Prequels have no tension. But I'm still got to do that review series regardless. And of course, 2 big review series. I want to go back and I do it all over, but I can't go back. I know I want to go back, cause I'm feeling so much older, but I can't go back. I know. That came out of nowhere. I want to go back to the Bill and Ted movies, all right? They need to revisit it. They need to be revisited. I did the Spider-Man movies again. The Batman movies need to be revisited too, because on my early stuff from 2019, I want to get, reacclimated into the new zeitgeist, into my new way of doing it. And also, it's 10:49 a.m. Central Time, and it feels like it should be 5 o'clock in the evening. I don't know. It's very gloomy outside. Anyway, with the 3 Bill and Ted movies, yes, I know that the second one came out in 2021, and the third one came out in 2021. I technically reviewed it, but... Or was it 2020? It was 2020. Because I wanted to go see it in the theater, and then COVID happened. Thanks, Trump. And then... Oh, yeah, it's his fault. Yep. I know all you Trump lovers are going to say it's not, but if he had cut the borders off, instead of letting the people back into the country like a fucking idiot, we wouldn't have had the pandemic now, would we? As soon as he heard about that ship, cut the borders, immediately quarantine, and do not let them into the U.S. But did he? Yep. And then we had a pandemic. So, up yours, Trump. Anyway, sorry, went a bit of a rant there. And to you Trump supporters, you want to support him, that's fine. You're wrong, but that's fine. Anyway, should delete that, but I'm not. Controversy creates cash. Eric Bischoff said that. I don't get paid for this. Anyway, so yeah, the Bill and Ted movies are going to get revisited reviews. I don't realize this, but, I usually have to watch the movie and then talk about it. Those first two Bill and Ted reviews, I didn't rewatch the movies for either of them. I did it off the cuff because they're my favorite movies. Bill and Ted X Adventure is my favorite movie of all time. So I was able to do that off memory. But this time I'm going to actually watch the movie because, as they say, you rewatch the movie, you're able to figure out some things. So, yeah. And then, of course, the big one. The one I spent part of this year collecting, Didn't have to do much. I had some, but then, once I got Jackie Brown, I was like, okay, I need one more. Let's do this. So, exploring Quentin Tarantino is going to happen this year. Don't know when, but it's going to happen this year at some point. I got them all. As for Christopher Nolan and M. Night Shyamalan, Shyamalan is a complete no. I will just do his movies whenever. Nolan, I want to, but I have no interest in ever watching Oppenheimer, to be honest. And when I thought about doing Nolan, I forgot about Oppenheimer when it came out, and I saw the trailers, and I went, I don't want to watch this. I was under the impression that Oppenheimer was going to be a documentary that I wouldn't need to watch for the review series. And then I realized, no, it's a biopic, and I went, shit, now I have to watch it, and I don't want to. So I may cover other Nolan movies, and the Dark Knight movies do need to be revisited, because that was back 2019 as well. Maybe I'll forget about Universal Month and do Bat Month. We'll call it Bat Month. Bat May is channel awesome. We'll call it Bat Month in May. Bat Month in May. Bat Month May. Bat May Month. Bat Month. I don't know. I don't know. I need to revisit all those Batman movies. But yeah, that's it. I think. Yep, that's probably about it, There are other things I want to do, like Cooking with Scotty. I really want to bring that back, but at the same time, I really don't know how I can do that. I've wanted to bring Lunchtime back for a long time, but a part of Lunchtime was showing the movies I bought when I was out. And now I do the monthly haul video, so I don't need to do that. That's probably why I stopped it. That and COVID. But, that's pretty much it. I was hoping for a better year. So, this year wasn't that bad. The end of this year was kind of bad for me. Hopefully I can get some stuff taken care of. And I won't be stuck in the kitchen. But yeah, so thank you for tuning in this year. We're on the slow road to 400. It's been a slow road. Let's see if we can't get to 400 this year. I can't promise anything because I can't think of anything. But maybe if we get closer. Let's try to get to 400 subscribers this year. How about that, huh? Let's try to make Scotty Boy Rules YouTube channel 400 strong, huh? How about that? Let's just do that. Let's do that. I probably lost all my Trump supporters. Sorry about that. But, let's just keep going. Let's strive for 4. Now, if I was going for 500, that would have worked better. Let's go for 400. All right, let's try to do it. Another thing I thought about, like Slymania and Enter the Cage and Keanuverse. These Bill and Ted ones probably won't be on Keanuverse. That's what they were to begin with, but I don't know. So, thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one.